And good afternoon, everyone. This is a chat show, so nothing serious. We're just not doing class. Gonna have some fun? At least try to. So we're looking at horses running across the vaginal plane of the Earth. I don't know. I don't know where they are. Let me turn this down a bit. So we've got Elderberry, Sherry Ives. How you doing? Good to see you guys. Feels much better having my StreamYard back up and running. I started early today just for fun. Don't know where we're going to go with this. If nobody brings up any subject, we're going to end up on lizard vaginas, and that's just the way it goes. Actually, this morning I was watching a video Teresa Danton sent me. Now, the video title was Inner Earth. It was kind of interesting. Vaginal plane is my new password. I love it, Sherry. Awesome. You're awesome. Yeah. It was AI. I think it was an AI representation of what Inner Earth would be like. It came up with some pretty interesting creatures and stuff. The photos were very convincing, very realistic looking. Some of the creatures that they came up with were interesting. Some of these spider-like creatures with 3 or 4 eyes. Hey, Scott, good to see you. How you doing? So I'm trying to keep myself off of. I really do want to show my images again because I got StreamYard again. So we may have to suffer through that. The vaginal plane of the Earth again. Well, let's do the old invite. Maybe you guys, if you guys don't want to hear about more lizard vaginas, you'll have to distract me with something else. Hi, Miss Anonymous. How you doing? It does preoccupy my mind recently. Yeah. Doing great, Scott. That's awesome. Good morning, Miss Anonymous. Nice to see you. Oh, just been having too much fun with this. Lizard vagina. I don't know. Mars was really interesting. Mars looks like it's an upside down lizard. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Mars yet. I need some more detailed images, but the Planeteus, I can't say that. Planetus? Planetus. It's a plane on Mars, and it looks very much like a vaginal opening. Hi, James. How you doing? So we might take a look at that a little more. Or we might just do some more Google Earth. I don't know. So has anything been on anybody's mind other than lizard vaginas? It's pretty hard to get out of your mind. I just I don't even know what to say. I've just been having so much fun with it. It tickles my brain to think we're on a giant lizard or a giant dragon, dead dragon, bunch of dragon eggs all over it, bunch of sperm. It's yeah, kind of blows my mind. Still amazes me. I don't know when the shock's going to wear off. Uh, Cowboy space rocket, anyone? Sure. I don't know what that is. Today we're smoking Planet of the Grapes. So we got some nice buds. Oh, let's see here. Planet of the Grapes. Looks like a nice red hair. I love a red hair. A lot of them now just come like the cushes and that. They don't have much in the way of red hairs, right? Just kind of a green, mottled green. Oh, that's a beautiful bud there. It's a nice red color. Come on, focus. There we go. See those little hairs? Those are pretty. I'm seeing this naked eye comet is the star of Bethlehem mentioned in the Bible. Also think time is running backwards, now into the time of the Neanderthals. Oh, interesting. So we're going back in time. Lizard vaginas, but cannot fat bottom cowboy rockets. I don't know what that is, Gigi. I don't know what that is. You'll have to educate me a little. Why don't you come on up and educate me on what uh, fathom cowboy rockets? I don't know. But that's interesting. Time running backwards, is it? So if I don't know, how would that work? If you got punched in the face at some time in the future, are you healing now? That's pretty interesting. Lizard vaginas, but time moves forward and backwards. Some people believe that. Yeah, it's a very popular belief that there is no time as well. That's another popular belief. Time is, and time isn't really a thing. It's really just an observation. It's a measurement. So it's not really a thing. Measurement of change, whether it's forward or backwards. That's all time really would be to me. Is just a change, a measurement in change. So it could go either way. It really wouldn't matter if it's just a measurement in change. Things could go backwards and change, and you could measure that. Or things could go forward, and you could measure that as well. So far, I just see it more as a measurement than actually a construct. I do like that I have my screen share back. This is awesome. Because I was worried that I didn't show enough of the images I had collected. It's a big worry for me. Let me on here. Let's show you guys. Let's use this tab. I like this one. This one's awesome. Am I sharing that? No, I'll just look at it myself. Oh, okay. All right, Gigi. Got to be one of my favorite images I've collected. A dragon-looking image in a egg. Hi, Max. That's my foot you just clawed into. But is this one of the first beings that was on the planet? That's one of my questions. A lot of people, a lot of ancient things say, a lot of ancient writings say that we were ruled by the dragons. Quetzalcoatl, the bearded, the feathered serpent. They seem to be ubiquitous throughout every society. Even this image itself, I think I've seen somewhere else. I can't remember where, but I'm sure I've seen it um, somewhere before on the internet. Somebody else has seen this before because I know this is not the first time I've seen this. Could it be a memory? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's just somebody else has seen this, and I happened upon it too. Oh, we're getting rid of people. Good stuff. See if we can get down to 0. Yeah, this always gets rid of people. So let's go. Yeah, let's go this way. See where that is? That's amazing. Again, you guys will have to distract me as I'm just gonna Max. Just gonna be pondering Libya's labia. I don't know. It just tickles my brain. Hey, London man, how you doing? You're on mute, but you're in here.
Peace,
Hey,
peace.
how you doing there?
I'm good, thank you. Let me just remove my echo, then I'm gonna get back to you.
Sure. Upside down scorpion. I like that. Yeah, I can see that. There's a lot of shapes in there. We are kind of looking at the overall shape. Of course, the fetus is always mind blowing. This just blows my mind. A lot of it does. This is just insane. How realistic. How I can even show you all the structures. This round structure here, on the front of what I believe is the head. That's present in all fetuses. They all start the same. They all start off at the same zygote, and they go through the same process. And yeah, I love looking at this. I first saw this on Roger Mud Fossil University. I eventually cataloged it myself. Georgia, Virginia, Georgia. Oh, hey, Georgia. Yeah, that's Virginia. That's an interesting. Yeah, so you do have to look at these areas where they get these place names, like Livia Labia. Come on. Hey, Karen, how you doing? Hey, Cathalicious. Good to see you. London Man's in here, but he's doing something. Just met him the other
Mic check,
day.
mic check, mic check, mic
Seems
check.
like a nice guy. You seem like a really nice guy, so welcome aboard.
Cheers, bro. I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
So, do you have anything to distract me from lizard vaginas, or am I? Or are
No,
you going to egg
I
me
think I'm
on?
on board. Yeah, I'm egging you on, bro. I'm egging you on.
Right on, right on. I'll take it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just mind blowing to me. I can go through. Let's see, where are we here? I've got probably 100 um, bookmarks on Google Maps, and everything from four-legged dragons, eggs, fetuses, fish, uh, footprints, footprints everywhere, different sizes, lattice, different various skin structures, lattice work, strange mounds and holes that I'm cataloging that are starting to show up side by side, so that you'll find a hole and then a mound. I don't know, did somebody
Mm.
just dig a hole? So kind of interesting to me. Sperm. I have 15 to 20 images of sperm. Skin, lots of skin, vagina skin, and a lot of unknown stuff. The unknown stuff's interesting, uh, but I haven't identified any of it. Just weird shapes sometimes. Sometimes I like cataloging things that I know are pareidolia. Like, I know I can't make an actual shape out of it, but it's a really neat shape. Of course, there's
Mm.
always the reproductive system of the uh, lizards that I'm absolutely fascinated with, and I knew nothing about until recently. Uh, a lot of male and female both have two appendages. Like a male lizard will have two penises in a lot of cases, and the vagina of the female lizard, it has two appendages, and they look like the same as the male appendages. It's weird. It's an interesting mating process. So they don't. I don't believe they actually insert um, their parts into each other. They actually just kind of, I think, rub them
Yeah.
up against each other, which is
That I mean, that would make sense why you probably would sometimes see 10 to 1 snakes on one female. Because like you said, nothing's really inserting, it's just a rubbing up and down effect, so to
yeah.
speak.
The eggs and sperm are passed, or sorry, the sperm is passed from the male to the female through appendages that look exactly like these on the male, or pretty very similar to them. So that's kind
Mm.
of it's a whole new thing, and the whole birthing process for lizards is different as well. They can lay eggs. They can lay. Some lizards give live birth. Um, these ones, the Tiamat seems to have done it asexually, which was her biggest crime, what she had to die for.
Mm. You know what? That's that's um that's almost like the story of the Virgin Mary, right?
Oh, explain.
You know, with the Virgin Mary, I had a
Oh
baby
yeah,
boy,
yeah, yeah. That's right.
right?
Sophia, yeah, and Sophia. Uh,
And
it,
Sophia, yeah, there you
yeah.
go.
So
Yeah.
it's a rewrite of the story, like most of them, but it's a rewrite of our history. It's interesting how, yeah, I didn't make that correlation, the virgin birth of Mary. Absolutely. But they didn't consider that a crime. That was a blessing that time, eh?
Yes. Yes. Well, so
That's
they say. So they say.
yeah,
Because I mean, if it was a blessing, why was the son executed, so to speak? Should
yeah,
have been a blessing for everybody, right?
yeah. Well, like we say, it's a rewrite of an earlier story, so it's meant to teach us.
Yes,
But
correct.
this one was. See, I love showing the footprints too. This one's awesome. These people had fun. You ever seen people stomping in the snow or just jumping on things because there's nothing else to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, watch this. This is hilarious. So some dude was walking along. He had about 400-meter long feet. You can see little toesies marks.
Yeah.
So he walked along in the mud and he came across an egg. And he thought, well, I'm just going to stomp on it. So he walked right up over the damn thing. You can see his footprint here, first one in it. And then he just stomped the damn thing. See how he moved right through it? There's his other footprints coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, they're there. There's a larger footprint. At least it looks a little larger. But, there were different sized creatures here apparently at the same time, or they were children or something like that. There are ones that footprints that are about 400 meters long, and then I found ones that are close to a mile, up to a mile and a half, which would make
Hmm.
the creature immense, absolutely immense. Check over in chat here. We are currently very small, like pebbles on the beach. Hey Trey, how you doing, Temperance? Good to see you. Chasing dragons, yeah, and it's your fault that I looked at Mars, Temperance. You say you're not into mud fossils, and then giving me all these suggestions. I looked at Mars, and I think I found a vagina there too. So I still have to do some more research on that one, but we can take a look at what I found so far.
I think there was a part of this yesterday when you were zooming into the to the landscape,
Uh-huh.
and it looked familiar to something that I've seen on a micro level, so to speak.
Hmm. I don't know what you'd have. I couldn't tell you which photo. Um, you
It
have any
was
other
this
deep?
one here, actually. I think it was this one here, but it was at a certain angle. I can't remember where you was on it, but it was when you zoomed into the landscape. It was showing me something on the landscape. You
We
might
have an egg and a footprint down here. There's one of the larger footprints.
let's have a
So
look.
this one's about how big is that one? That's about a mile and a half long. And there's an egg over here, cells dividing.
Wow. Yeah.
Or did you see faces? Sometimes people see faces, but the landscape is so uh, modeled. Like in an area like that, you could pull out a face so easily. Was it a face
Mm,
or a structure that you were seeing?
no, it was more of like a, how would you call it? Do you remember yesterday when you said repeating patterns?
Oh, the sperm.
It wasn't the sperm itself, it was more of the structure on the floor. I
Okay.
couldn't tell whether it was sperm or something else, but I came across
Um,
something and it looked similar to what you showed.
okay. Was it on the same colored background, like the same? Was it this yellow color or was it a black color?
Ye- it was this picture here, but I can't remember whereabouts on the landscape it was. It was when you
Okay.
zoomed into the floor.
Well, we'll zoom out a bit, see if you can see anything. Some interesting stuff. I'll give you the broad overview. Any particular area pulling your interest?
I think it was more towards the fetus. I think it was towards the fetus part. No, 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 no,
I
not the
usually
fetus.
start.
It was
Okay.
the bit where I think Roger said it looked like the floor was scabbing over. It might have been where the floor was scabbing over. Do you remember that part?
Oh, okay.
It looked like a
Um,
scab.
that might be this area. This area up here. This would be where the sperm was. Is that?
Kind of, yeah. If you zoom into that a little bit.
All right. Looks like a
No, can
penis
you
there.
go in more? Let me make my screen bigger. Hold on. Where? Let's have a look. Where are you looking?
Oh, it's just pareidolia right here.
Oh yeah.
Even got a little ball on the bottom. Probably not a penis or anything, but it does look like one.
To the left, I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere around here it might have been.
Now
Yeah,
there
if you
there
zoom
could be all
into it.
kinds of creatures piled up on this too, because we're way out. So this is large scale. There's some skin-looking, fabric-looking structures down there.
Okay, yeah, even this one here, it reminded me of something that I came across yesterday when we was looking
Okay.
at the eggs and things like this.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, this part here. Any part you can just screenshot this and we come back to this part later.
sure. Yeah.
Lovely.
See some other footprints in there too. Just over to the left side. Oops, where'd you go here? Just over to the left here, you can see a couple of footprints possibly. Right there.
Okay, let's have a look.
Right there, that one. And if we back out, the front print of one. Might be a, and there's probably, these are probably some of them too, but they're probably stepped over. There's one area I've got where it looks like the guy did like a little sideways dance in the snow. It's hilarious. It's something I would do, right? I would, because we have snow a lot up here. So when you're
Yeah.
standing in the snow, you just get bored. So you start stomping down the snow in a pattern or, just sideways or whatever, just to have a space to walk and stuff. So it kind of looks like what they were doing. It's kind of funny. Let's see what you guys are saying in chat here, Trey. I don't do that word, Mars, man-made up word. Mars is Aries moon. Oh, okay. Serpent sun, it'll light again, maybe. It becomes the center of its own solar system. Uh, my grandson says Mimi is just a volcano. It's possible. I don't know where Mimi is. I do believe there are volcanoes that just spew out brimstone, but I'm not. I'm not sold on that one anymore because these eggs seem to be the formation of volcanoes. But I've seen lava flows that don't look like eggs. I think these ones are long done. I don't do that word. Like we're living in the Artemis Apollo Orion time. Same story. Eh, okay, that's cool. And there are Dragon Lakes that I didn't catalog. Somebody was in here showing me where Dragon Lakes were in. I think it was Oregon, and I didn't catalog them, and I'm really upset about that. So I'm going to keep mentioning it until whoever mentioned that can direct me back there.
Oh yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, I was going to show you these. Just this doesn't mean anything. I don't think it is anything, but it's just kind of curious. End up with
Do you remember
mounds
the
of
one I
gold.
pulled up yesterday with the blue dragon that I pulled up yesterday in the landscape? Do you remember that one?
Yeah,
That was quite cool.
yeah. I got to get that one too. Where is that?
That's in Portugal.
Portugal. Okay,
Hmm.
let's take a look. Where is Portugal again? Am I in the wrong
That'll
area here?
be Europe
That's just
to the left edge of the coast.
Spain, Portugal. Should be somewhere around there, shouldn't
Yeah, just on
it?
the edge. There you are, right by Lisbon. Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Where do we go from here? See something neat down there. Oh no, that's a big road. Oh, interesting. See, that looks like the same shape almost as one of the Dragon Lakes. We have a huge depression here too. That's neat. It's a big bowl.
Yeah.
Oftentimes the creatures die and they lay in the mud and they make a depression. and the water comes by and washes them away, leaves just the depression. That's what happened with the Dragon Lakes, I think. So is north or south Portugal here?
I'm not too sure where it's on the north or the south of Portugal. Just a
Okay,
picture
that's all right.
that
If
I've
you
got.
can't find it, that's all right. It is hard to
Um,
like once I lose something on Google Earth or Maps, I can't find it again often. It's hard. That's
yeah,
why
yeah,
I just started bookmarking everything. Hi, Marlena. Good to see you. How you doing? Just like the SpaceX Dragon, these they give them names for a reason. Yeah, represent events along past timelines. Hmm. Yeah, they often give them gods too, names of gods. All these
yeah,
rockets and shit. Apollo, that was a good one. The Apollo project. Let's see what else we have to show you. Cells dividing. See, this is. I think this is. Oh no, sorry, on the right page here. This is one that a friend of mine, Teresa Danton, sent me. Condor massive. It's most likely an egg. It's got all the right parts to it to be an egg. It's got an outflow. It's hard to see in
yeah.
this one though because of the landscape covered with trees. We can't tell
Yeah.
if there's a big black splotch around it. It's hard to tell.
Mm,
But I did do a
mm.
close up and I found some, I think I found some sperm headed towards it, which is another indication, like in this area here. That could be one. That might be. You
Yeah.
can see the long squiggly tail, but that's an iffy one. I thought I'd found one that was pretty complete. Again, always search around the edges of these structures. You'll find interesting things. But what a beautiful representation of a, like it looks like a star fort almost. I wonder if they maybe
I've
got some of their ideas from this type of thing.
I've actually came across something similar to this, right, Max? Exactly kind of similar, but my image, it looks like there's something growing in a fetal position,
Oh yeah,
right? I'm gonna show it to you a bit later. I'm just gonna let
all
you do
right.
your thing. I'm still
Oh,
here with you. Maybe I can
I'm
screen
just
share a
messing
bit later
around.
with you.
I can show
Okay.
you all my sperm and eggs, and
Yeah, let's do
uh,
it.
you know, it's. I don't like this one that much. Let's see, two. This one's cool. Sperm to the right says. Let's see, where is the sperm? Sometimes it is hard to find, but let's see what we've got here. Oh, not seeing it.
What was that?
Looks like almost like a face there. Looks like a funny crocodile face. Oh, can't find them there. Sometimes they disappear on you. They're so small. Three. Oh, this is a field of eggs and sperm. At least I think so. No guarantees on this one either. But
Okay,
we
okay, yeah. That right there.
see
Something
that
like this, yeah.
looks
Like
like
this.
a
I've got something.
hut, right? Like a grass hut almost.
But you see how there's a few of them recurring, right? You see there's one,
Oh yeah,
two, three, four, five.
yeah.
Okay. Keep that in
Uh,
mind. Screenshot this as well, please. We're gonna need this. We're gonna need this. I'm glad you found it. Thank God for
oh,
that.
this is our.
Found
I
it.
already have. This is eggs three.
Okay, cool. Eggs free. We got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this one's covered with stuff. It's got. I don't know if they're all eggs. Some of them are so decayed, but you can
No,
see
I
shapes of
think I know what
sperm.
it is, Max.
This one's
I
probably
think
a
I've
sperm.
got it.
All right.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm not too sure on this one, but I do like the shapes. They're neat.
Yeah,
And
I'm
again,
gonna
we
need
do
this
get
one.
recurring shape. All right. Here, I'll put it in the private chat for you there.
No, I mean I'm gonna need it when it's my team time to screen share. I'm gonna need you to pull it up when you allow me to screen share.
Oh,
Actually, yeah.
okay.
If you
Yeah,
give it to me now,
I
then I
can.
can possibly save it. Yeah, yeah. There you go. Good
Yeah,
man. Good man.
I'll put it in chat here, and you
Good
can
man.
pull it up. Yeah, it's London, Miss Anonymous. London man, just like SpaceX Dragon. Yeah, he's a fellow mud fossiler. So we're
Correct.
having it's mud fossil day. Let's go to next day. 4. So this one was neat because it had a fetus-like structure in it. So we can see these cavities. That would be, well, I don't know which end is the head on this one. I actually think it's upside down, that the head is here, the chest cavity here, because we get some nice colors here. We get some nice reds and stuff when we go in close. And not much of there's some black, and I don't see any green, except for a little maybe strip here in the river. But those are the colors we look for to make sure that we've got like an intestinal tract and liver,
Hmm.
kidney, that type of fluid. There's some
Hmm.
of it there, but the shape is right on this one, but it looks upside down. So I believe this is the cranium here. We can possibly see some of the skull. I don't know, but overall it matches the same shape as the other fetus. The really good example of a fetus. Corandoya, we looked at that one. So this one was neat because of the colors. These are eggs. They're attacking. They've been inseminated, so they're
Wow.
putting out that fluid that kills all the other sperm that didn't inseminate it. And for some reason, they don't seem to have made it to maturity. This is a really good example of the different fluids that come out of these things. You get this black fluid here, and it's all veiny. I'll go in really close so you can see. See how it's all veiny,
Yeah.
right? And then what you get, I think that's the white, and I think this over here is the yolk area, the yolk coming out. See, this is not
Yo.
veiny at all. It's very um, globular, like in lines across it coming down, like more like a syrup, more syrupy than
Hmm.
veiny. So it piles
Yeah.
up on itself, right? So those are the two fluids. And once the surface of this area goes away, it ends up being a very grainy looking surface underneath. I don't have any examples of that here. Yeah, you can even see these are probably remnants of the sperm that we're trying to inseminate it. But I look for those types of. It's a neat one. Uh, those types of colors and shapes to identify eggs. They're very telltale. And why does every volcano do the same thing? Why does it make a veiny structure that goes out and around, see all the veiny stuff, and then it's got this other type of stuff. So all volcanoes do two types of lava. Why is that? Doesn't really make sense to me. See how it's got this striated stuff, globby stuff, and it's got the veiny
Yeah.
stuff. I can show this again and again and again. So it's a repeating pattern. That's what I look for to try to prove, or try to show what's going on and if it's true or not. You got to find repeating patterns. So I'm so sad I missed those dragon lakes. If anybody's here who knows where they are, I think they're around Oregon. I'd like an image of those. Let's see. Page 6. This one's great. This one's the point of insemination, I think. You can see what looks like an egg. It's got some of the black
Hmm.
stuff around it. But right in here, we have what looks like a sperm entering it. See how he's broken through the egg case?
Yeah, but you know
Problem.
what? Hold on. That looks familiar. I think I've seen this one. Zoom back out 1 second. Yeah, zoom back out 1 second. Yeah, okay.
Hmm.
Do you know what? I think if this is the one that I'm correct. Okay, okay, hold on. Wow. I think this might be the one that I've been looking for. Um,
All right, I'll copy it and put it in chat for you.
please, if you don't mind, please, thank you. Wow. This is the one I've been looking for. Let's take a quick shot of that.
That'll be the broader overview. It won't be centered in on this one, but yeah, you'll be able to find it. And it's got some interesting colors over here too. I like this.
If you, to me, right, what I was getting from that almost looks like the giant serpent that I've heard people talk about that fell next to our crater. Because I've been on a crater Earth expedition of lately, and
Okay.
the thing, it looks like our crater, so to speak, with the X in the middle. X marks the spot, right? And they said it, and I've heard there's a big beast that is laying outside of our crater, and this
Right.
thing here, it looks like a Godzilla almost type of thing with this big spike on its back. If you
Uh-huh.
see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wonder if this is our crater they're talking
Yeah.
about.
It
Because when
seems
I
like
look
a
at
good.
this world,
Yeah.
it looks more of a bigger Earth. I always think of Earth as the bigger Earth, not as the little flat Earth they give us. I think of Earth as the bigger Earth,
Yeah.
and that's how everything's more humongous side. Because you got to think of it as a bigger Earth.
Yeah. I'm neither a flat earther nor a round earther. I'm a dragon earther. I know. Well, I know to myself that we live on a dragon. Where that dragon is, I don't know. It could be on a bigger Earth. The Earth could be bigger than we think too. I wonder how these creatures get here. But some of the texts say that the Earth was bigger in the past, that it was larger and softer. So,
Mm,
but that still doesn't necessarily place it or give us a size. Also looks some similar to some of the flat Earth maps. Yeah, yeah, it does actually. Yeah, have you seen the?
yeah,
There are
the
some pretty
Mercator
cool.
map. The
Yeah,
Mercator map. It kind of looks like with a cross in the middle
yeah, that's like the
and the
UN.
concentric rings. Yeah. I wonder if that's the beast they were talking about.
Looks like a sperm cloud. Yeah, yeah. Well, there is the one dragon in an egg that they all had feathers. It seems they were all feathered serpents, which is really cool.
Hmm.
Where were we here? Egg exploded. Two. Let's go down. Oh, on the wrong screen here again. Oh, that one's nice. Really good example of the egg experience with the yolk coming out the side.
Yeah.
The egg itself
Look.
is very indiscernible, but you can definitely see the outflow, the two outflows. Again, this will be bumpy or kind of gnarled, and I don't know how to describe it, like syrupy. And the other part will be more veiny. And here's some of the material underneath the veiny looking material. It looks all grainy.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, so that's underneath the veiny material. There's some of it left here. You can kind of see the veiny type material here a little bit.
Hold on. I've just zoomed into that picture you gave me or you put in the chat, and it says crater, but why would they call it a
Looks like
crater
yeah,
though?
it does, right? Looks like an octopus or a jellyfish, definitely. You want to share what you got?
No, it was the one that you put in the chat. I just zoomed into it, but it's labeled crater for some reason.
Okay.
You know what? Because like I said, I've been following this crater Earth theory for a little while
Huh.
now. Um, I'm not really a flat Earth or a globe Earth. I'm more of a crater Earth. And
Okay.
The reason why crater Earth resonates with me more now because I'm looking at this place as a nest, and
Hmm.
a nest would
Okay.
have a crater, so to speak.
Okay. I get that.
Mhm. Yeah, this is interesting. I've never used Google Images until I've met you. I've never used it.
Th-
To be
yeah,
honest, I don't know how to use it.
maps. This is just maps.
So Google
I won't.
Maps, sorry, Google Maps. Yes, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even bother with Google Earth. It's too. I find Google Earth just so chuggy and slow. You know.
Yeah.
Although it does have the advantage of being able to manipulate the image a little more, like you can turn it and stuff. Where I can't do that here. I have to rely on that I can see what's going on. So that's all my eggs,
Oh
pretty
my
much.
God. Hold on.
Well, not really.
No
Fetuses.
way.
It's that one again. This is a different one, but again, we have the same three areas: a cavitated area. This one's upside down as well. Cavitated cavitated here, area here with chest cavity, and
Hmm.
the nice colors, more colorful area down here. This is very dry, so you won't see the colors as well, but they're there. Let's see, bookmarks. Fetus 4. This one has nothing, none of the interior structure, but you can see the egg casing. Very good example of that. Yeah, I spend quite a lot
Mm.
of time on maps. Um, there's footprints, horse. Yeah, all kinds of skins too, and different fabrics. Are neat. This one was curious. It looks like a snake. I can't be sure. Uh, but
Oh
when we
yeah.
zoom in, that looks like a river, right? Okay.
Hmm.
But when we zoom in on this, what could be the head here, we definitely see like all
Wow.
the scaling, even
Nose, eyes, everything.
the nose scales, the nose, the eyes. I can't be sure on this one, but it is raised up. It is a raised figure from the landscape, and it goes
Okay.
along ways and it does some funky things. It splits apart here. So yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
It's that could have been maybe that was its meal. I don't know. But yeah, really,
Mm.
really neat looking. As I say, I'm not 100% on this one, but damn, the evidence is pretty compelling. You know, I have trouble identifying creatures and stuff, so they're pretty hard because they're so decayed, right? But this one's
Yeah.
pretty well there. You'd think, you know, like I know on lizards you see this type of a nose formation with a scale separation in that
Hmm.
pattern. You know, a lot of the other scales aren't there, but that certainly seems to be
But look,
really neat.
even around the eyes on the snake, right? They have like a pattern around their eye, and it's almost
Yeah.
shaped like the number seven. It's shaped like number seven, and I
Oh
can see
yeah.
it right here. I can see it right here, Max.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you for that because I didn't know that. That's another identifying factor I can
keep this in mind. Screenshot this because I'm going to show you what I mean straight after. I've got so much things to show you.
You want me to send this one to you? This one's screenshotted already. This is snake something. I can't remember what I labeled it. Do you want me to share this one with you as well?
I've just took a picture of it now anyway.
Okay.
I've just
I'll
took
give you the
so
I'll
that's
give you the
cool.
coordinates and all that.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you.
Hey Mary, how you doing? See you, hon. Hey, you tell me. Good to see you too.
Even the tongue, look at the tongue that's coming out of his mouth. It's almost
It
like
does look like that, eh?
splitted. It's double splitted, like it's got this the fork tongue.
It does look like that. Absolutely.
Wow. That's
That's
crazy.
yeah, that's a crazy photo. I you know, I was looking for others, but I can't find any other examples like this. So,
Yeah.
I do like to find more than one to be kind of more provable to me. But damn, that does look like a lizard, like a snake. I'll show you guys where that is. I'll back all the way out so you can see. You almost see another one up here too. Looks like there's like a whole line of them. That's why it's kind of, I don't know, that kind of makes it iffy because there seems to be this whole line of them here. Yeah, that's how close in you have to get to these things to find them. They're teeny things on a great big globe or flat plane or whatever it is. That one looks like a snake as well. You can see almost like a head-like structure right there. Did these snakes all link up or something? I don't know. Did they follow each other in a chain? You see, we have the
Hmm.
same
That's interesting.
white kind of structures in the middle, right? Maybe they followed
Hmm.
each other's scent line or something. I don't know. See how this one looks like another? We've got another like almost eye-like structure here,
Yeah. Like
almost,
it's eating it or
almost,
something, right?
almost head-like. Yeah. Let's see if we go down the same amount of space. Do we find another one? Another head-like structure? I don't really see one yet. Maybe there. Eh, don't know. That's kind of iffy. But look at them. They seem to go on and on. But they do have in regular intervals almost these looks like it does look like he's eating the other guy's tail.
It does look like that, yeah. It looks like he's eating it.
I haven't
It's
looked up
interesting.
this river all the way, so I was looking for other things, but I thought I'd catalog it while I was here. I'm going to look at those regular intervals and see if we see, and we do. We see almost like head-like structures every so like in a regular amount of space from about there to around here. Oh, that first one was obviously the best example, but hard to say with these ones. Let's see, what's that? We can get some skin or something. Yeah. That was interesting. Yeah, interesting snake-looking head, and all of these other things just following it. Those two definitely look like this one looks like a snake head as well. That one definitely, and this one kind of looks like what's left of a snake head eating the other's tail.
Mm.
Did they? I don't know. Did they eat each other? The
They
apparently
do.
the baby. the baby
They
dragons
do.
ate their way out of their mothers, and then ate their
Wow.
mothers. Yeah, dragons are terrible creatures. Like they say in, I think it was Ovid, that the mating process between the dragons that they knew and talked about, where the female would latch on to the male's neck, and the mating was over as when she bit through his neck. So he would die, and she would give birth. But the dragons they were talking about only gave birth to a single dragon, whereas what we're seeing here is like hundreds of
Yeah.
eggs. So probably a different type later on. See, we see other snake-like. I don't think this is, but you never know, right? You got to look at these things with a little bit of a little bit of discernment.
Hmm.
I try to be critical of what I see. Like this one is cool, but I don't think it's really. I think it's a pile of fish, but it looks like kind of like a plesiosaur. You see, like what looks like kind of like fins. It's got way too many.
Yeah.
And this giant fin-looking type structure over here kind of pulled me in, and it's got like almost a head. But this is probably just
Yeah.
a pile of fish that came together to look like that. I don't really think that that's one creature, but it's a really cool looking one.
I, I tell you what, I did think I come across the other day. Do you remember a movie called The Never Ending Story?
Yeah, yeah,
Do you remember the dragon from that? I think it was
yes,
called
yeah. The
Valcor,
one that
something
was
like that.
furry. It was furry, right?
Correct.
And looked like a dog. Yeah,
Correct. There you go. Now we're on it.
yeah.
Okay. Now check this out, right? I think that island or that dragon is literally where the Komodo dragons are living,
Oh, okay. On okay, Komodo,
right?
right? Let's
Hmm.
check that out.
I came across it the other day and I was like, that looks like the dragon from um and what's it called? Never Ending Story. I think the island called
Tokyo.
Flores, something like this. Flores, it might be.
Okay, let's see what we got. Start small scale and see what.
No, you have to go. Hold on. Where is this? This
Okay,
is
interesting. This is Kyoto, Japan, or what was it?
no Komodo.
Komoto,
Komodo.
Japan.
No,
Yeah.
C K. No. Not Kim. Ko. Ko. Not K M. K O. And then change the T.
Komoto.
Change the T to a D. Change the T to a D.
Oh,
Not
okay.
tortoise. It's Delta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Komodo. Okay.
Yeah. But take away the
So many
Tokyo. Just
similar
put
names.
like. Yeah.
Okay. Komodo Islands.
There you go. Or Komodo Dragon Island. Put in the Dragon Island.
Okay.
Okay, here we are. I think
That's a long address. Komodo National Park. I'll put in Dragon. See what they say. Okay.
there you
How
go.
about that?
Look, zoom out. Zoom out now. Look at that.
Okay.
Where's it
Interesting.
gone? Yeah.
See
From the
almost
tail end.
think that's the tail down there by Malachi,
Yeah,
I think it is,
yeah.
going up this way.
Uh-huh. No,
Okay.
just up to Jakarta. Is it? I can't see it from here. It sounds like Jakari.
Okay. Yeah, Jakarta, right here
Yeah,
in the middle.
yeah. From there, yeah. From there, I think that's the face, like the nose of it, possibly. Right, the mouth and the nose, everything there.
Okay. Maybe.
It's got the
Be an eye
same
right there.
print as the dragon. You might have to zoom out a bit to get there.
That might be an eye area, but they've got a city right on top of it. That's common because eyes have
Okay.
water usually. So they will cover over the landscape with cities because of the water sources.
Now with that to the top, can you see the bump? Okay, now you got it. You got it actually. You do it.
Right there. So you
Now
think
I
that,
think that might be like air or a feather, some type of air or feather or something.
okay.
You understand? That
Yeah.
might be the air or the feather. Now if you go towards the left a bit, keep going towards the left, left, left. Did you go to the little hump there already? The eye? Did you say you went to the eye? No, back to your
Yeah.
right, to your right.
And down.
No, 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 no.
And down.
No,
Okay.
no, no, that's too far down to be the eye. I'm talking,
Okay.
come back up to your right, to your right. No, to your right. Keep coming to your right.
Okay. Where are we going?
I think it's Smurang, up near Smurang. Can you see
Meringue. Okay.
Smurang?
Right there.
No, no, no. You went to the wrong one. I think that's Sumrang, the Smurang.
Okay.
Over here to the right, close to the air, sort of. Keep coming,
Closer to
keep
the
coming.
edge.
Near Central Java. Keep coming by Central Java. See Central
And
Java to your
west.
right, to your right.
Yep. Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, now
Um,
keep coming to Central Java. Keep coming.
all right.
2 o'clock. 2 o'clock from Central Java. I
Oh, we
think
got some
that's
interesting.
I. Yeah, there you go.
Right up there.
Yeah, I think that's something. What is
Interesting.
that? A crater or something? Is that a crater or a volcano?
Looks like a volcano.
Okay.
See what it's got around
Interesting.
it. I don't see the egg yolk like flow out of this one though. It looks like it's got the veiny type material around it, but I
Yeah.
don't see the yolk. Unless that's it
Okay.
there, but I don't think so. No, this is probably something different than yeah. It's probably some biology other than um, like the eggs we see because I can't see the yolk flow from this one. So this is something different, I think. I'm going to catalog this one because I've been looking for regular types, what they would call volcano structures,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm having a hard time even finding regular type volcano structures. So
Yeah. So it's a good thing I found this one for you then, eh?
yeah, with one. Let's take a look around this area. So a lot of it's
Yeah, I
been
mean the
washed
reason
away, whatever. You know,
yeah, one of the reasons why this
and I
one
wonder,
resonated with me a little bit, because it's a dragon island and it's got all those dragons on
yeah,
it. So that was kind of a trippy one.
oh maybe. Hold on. No, huh? No, I can't identify these. So they could be anything. Are they happening in regular patterns here? They are kind of spaced apart, similar distances in a line almost too.
Mm.
But that, what's that? Look at those
Do you know
spikes.
what they could be? Yeah, I was about to say that they could be spikes, some type of fawns they were trying to
Yeah, they
depict.
they often fall down. So, and there's a deep depression there. What is that? Is that a hill? Well, it is a hill in the middle of something. I think that's similar to a sperm, but again, with all the vegetation, it's so hard to tell what things are. So I like searching Africa. Everything's out in the open. Look at the habitation. These are all farms and stuff. So they've worked this landscape right over. What's that one? That's neat. Hey, how'd you like to live in that bowl? They have all these fish bowls all over the place.
Yeah.
I think I'd like it. There's a nice lake there, right?
Mm. Something
Look at the
new.
terraced. Look at the terraced landscape.
Oh yes.
That's beautiful. Oh, that'd be nice to look at.
Mm. It's like it's been excavated, right?
Yeah, they've definitely, they terraced it. They just took all the
Mm.
areas and flattened it out. That's a very ingenious way of farming because you get a lot of the flow of the water on it, right? So the water flows down, and if you can terrace it right, like they did in the Incans, it retains a lot of water. So there's real benefit to doing it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's an interesting place. I'm gonna have to do. I'll be looking all over the earth, but I look for sperm too and eggs to figure out when something died. The interesting thing, Seven Macaw um, died after the sperm. I know that because she doesn't have a knee on her. He, actually, it's a he. So from like the Midwest of the United States on up, you won't find any sperm or eggs. They're all completely gone. You can see them. There might be some right here. That's possibly one, but they are all over the states on the south. See eggs. That's an egg and a sperm right there. Well preserved too, like the egg is. The sperm isn't. But usually you don't find the mounds of the eggs.
Yeah. I'm guessing those
But
were
from
like they put their eggs on
there, pretty much.
type of thing.
Say again.
I was just gonna say, those mounds, they look like birthing stones where they might have gave birth to eggs, like where they rest them on. And there's a reason why I say
Oh,
that because I want to show you something after.
okay.
There's a reason why I say
Yeah,
that.
this is. I try to show people what they live on is called Seven Macaw or the Great Macaw. You can see the bird beak over here in Newfoundland and the broken jaw. The
Okay.
story goes that Seven Macaw had silver eyes, uh, turquoise teeth, and what happened is they stole his eyes. So they took the silver, which was in his eyes right here, and they took his teeth. So he has no turquoise in his teeth anymore. That's all down in South America. And they broke his jaw, and you can see his broken jaw here. And he died because he couldn't eat. And
Oh,
so here's his back, and here's his feathers. They go all the way up to Alaska, and all the way
yeah.
up here. Big wings on him. I don't know if that's the end of his wing up here by
Mm-hmm.
Greenland, but it could be. It could go that far. It does look like it's very similar to feather structures up here, but it is very decayed as well. So, but we can see that it all runs in lines, and the lines do follow. The lines that are left do follow a feathering pattern. You can see kind of a separation in the feathers here along this edge. But yeah, an amazingly huge creature. He claimed he was the sun and moon together. So two twins. We run into the twins again. Uh, went to battle with him and tricked him into giving up his teeth or taking his eyes and taking his teeth. They tricked him. So what did you want to have? What did you want to show us?
Yeah, I've got a few things.
Let's see.
Things to make you go, you know.
There you go.
Lovely.
Hey, Teresa. Hey, you want to come up, huh? Oh, there's London Man again. Okay.
This is what I kind of see when you were showing me your things. I see like a nest of eggs,
Uh-huh.
right? I see like instead of birds, you know they say birds is reptiles, right? I'm seeing like a correlation with birds nesting eggs. Like, like, if you
Yeah,
understand what I'm
that's
saying.
neat. That's some interesting territory there. I've got
Yeah,
something that I call like lizard skin in up in Russia that looks very similar to that. I think it's snake skin, but I'm not sure. But yeah, it looks. Well, that's neat. I like the birds.
yeah.
They made
And
all their little mounds.
when I'm looking at, if you look at the birds, they kind of remind me of something vicious serpent. Like some of them have like a crazy attitude, like if they was a serpent, so to speak. Some of these.
Oh, trying to remove something here. That's amazing. I like that photo. So those birds made all those holes, eh?
Correct.
So you think that some of these holes we find, like I'm finding holes with mounds beside them. I was looking at those, and
Yeah.
that's a good possibility. Maybe they've just dug out a hole and left a mound beside it instead of doing like these guys have done a neat circle.
Yeah.
Hmm,
Yeah.
that's a really interesting idea.
Yeah. I thought I have to show you this, because it's kind of speaking volumes to me when I think of
Yeah,
feathered
no, and
serpents, right?
lizards do that. The turtles dig holes and lay their eggs.
Yeah.
Lizards often, crocodiles build a nest and guard their eggs. So yeah, that's an interesting way to look at it. So I'm gonna have to look
And
at
if you
my
look,
mounds and holes a little more.
some of these are convex and concave, right? They're sitting on them, and some of them are going like craters. Look, you got the crater ones, right? And then you
Uh-huh.
got the ones where they're sitting on.
Yeah.
You see it? So
Huh.
it's convexed and concaved.
Okay. Neat. Are those just rocks or are those eggs?
No, they're eggs all over
Are
the
they?
beach. These are eggs, yeah.
Wow. Cool.
Mm. Right now, imagine that
I
being this
like
all
that.
the beach on a macro level,
Yeah, you were going
dispersed
to
all around the
these.
world.
Yeah. Now Roger was
Right.
saying those were antithesis balls, but there could be eggs. And really, you think about it, when animals, uh, like we have up here, a bird called killdeer. Okay.
Yeah.
And what they do is they lay their eggs on the ground. But what they do is they find an area with rocks that resemble their eggs and they lay them there. So there's all kinds. That's another possibility. Cool. I like that idea. And I didn't think about the nesting. I've gotten to the sperm and egg part of it, but I haven't gotten to the nesting part of the lizards.
Yeah.
That is a cool idea.
hmm I'm just thinking along the lines of feathered serpents, and like you said, there's different type of serpents that give or lay their eggs in different ways.
Yeah, all kinds of different ways. Like I was studying their birthing cycle, and they can hold on to eggs, they can hold on to sperm, they can lay eggs later. Like just a phenomenal plethora of different ways they can do it. It's uh, it's amazing. You know, like we think of birth or sex as just so simple, but the birthing process or the process of actually growing into living creature can be completely different than what we think. These eggs, they could go out and lay there and be just fine. It looks like some of them weren't. And some people stepped on them, but
Yeah, that's a good point. You never know. You know the ones when it looks like something is trying to escape from the egg. It could be someone stepped on it and it just squirted out with the contents, so to
yeah,
speak. Someone trying to
that's possible too.
kill. Someone,
That's why I
yeah,
like to
someone trying to
show that
kill them.
one of the footprints going through them. You know,
Correct.
one of the first ones I like to show is that footprint one going through the egg, because you can see that obviously there's been looks like anyways that there's been a battle going on between dragons and man for a long time if we're running around smashing their eggs. Be back in a sec. We're all right.
Cool.
Killdeer, yep, know all about those birds. Will fake wound. Yeah, they do. They fake being wounded to lure you away from their eggs too. Yeah, they're cute little birds. They make a sound too that draws your attention. It's a shrill sound. They're pretending they're in distress. It's hilarious.
Something
Oh,
else I want to show you. There's another one. What's up?
oh, what an interesting idea.
See? You see where I'm going with it? No?
Yeah, I see where you're going there. What an interesting idea.
This is what I say now, Max, right?
Yeah, yeah,
The moon, I'm thinking the moon is just a bigger ground, like a nesting ground, right? But because we're on a miniature level, I think we are really nano sized, bro.
oh
This
yeah,
is the thing. I think we're nano
yeah,
sized.
we are.
They're not telling us this compared to the old world. I think we're nano sized and they're not telling us this. It's a secret they're keeping from us. I think
Mm-hmm.
outside of this realm is literally gigantic
Hmm.
on a bigger scale. Right?
I have a theory on that one. What they say, and it's using the observations that they give us. What they say is that the universe started off with these giant stars, right? Well, okay, they were giant stars. Well, there were probably giant planets around them, right? It just makes sense. But my theory is that we're in a toroidal field universe where eventually we're going to go through the pinch point again. But right now, I believe we're in the magnetic part of the universe, so we're coming out in an expansion. And that's why they think the universe started with a big bang, is because we're in the expansion side of the universe. Eventually, the Kali Yuga or whatever age goes by, we might end up going back in to a more electric part of the universe where things join together. So that's kind of a theory that I've been working with for a little while. That kind of explains a lot of their observations that they give us. So it's pretty interesting. So yeah, I think we're in a more magnetic part of the universe at the moment. But I think it's a cyclical universe. I don't believe in this Big Bang theory. A lot of scientists don't, anyways. It doesn't make much sense.
Yeah.
You're chewing today, not puffing? Are you going to come up, Teresa?
You mean
Teresa sent me
not puffing today? Did you say?
No, Teresa's not.
Okay.
She's chewing, not puffing.
Now, look, okay, Mac, check this out, right? Look at the texture of this crater, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost looking like that fiber thing.
Yeah,
what
like
you're describing
I would say a
in
dried up
yourself.
egg, like a
Yeah.
turtle egg. Turtle egg,
Okay.
dried up. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I see. And I
Yeah.
even see off to the side, I see sperm-like structures.
Yeah.
Little balls that could be sperm. I don't know. See, the thing about the Earth too is we see different size sperms. So the creature could have mated with two different types of creatures, or they could have just spread their sperm on the corpse. I don't know if that's a possibility too, because the eggs would probably still be viable because they're separate. Once they're formed, they're separate from the actual mother lizard. And then they become inseminated, and they're pretty much on their own from that. So there's ample possibility for these eggs to be put all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, see these round structures, I do look at them and I wonder if they're eggs or sperm now. Pretty much every like but a
Hmm.
lot of them are hard to make, like unless I can find sperm around them, like the big ones. I have to find both together to be sure. I do see like structure. Yeah, there they are. There are all kinds of small structures moving in on those. It looks like. I'm sure you'll find tails on some of those.
Mm.
Neat. See, what is that? Oh, neat. That looks like an egg dividing for sure.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
That does. Right, Teresa? That's a lot of activity.
Remember the cells inside the cells we was talking about earlier?
Yeah,
Cells inside cells and stuff, eggs inside the eggs.
that could be an outflow too. That could be an inseminated sperm or an inseminated egg that broke apart
Yeah.
and didn't complete its cycle. I think a lot of these, like the cataclysms, happen too, and I think that's why we see a lot of them that didn't complete their cycle, and that changed the environment somehow, or did something to them, and they didn't make it.
Hmm.
Right, Teresa? Maybe a double zygote. Yeah, all those circles in the Carolina eggs too. Not sure about that. Yeah, we'll research it. Oh, geez, there's there's Sammy's sperm. Uh, Very decayed, but you can still see that he's got like a central mound, an area up front that's kind of open, and a little bit of business happening in the back there on the
Yeah.
backside to the right where the tail is.
Yeah. I
See
mean,
that I would say is a sperm.
yeah, I would as well. Is this the part that breaks off the sperm? Does it supposed to break off, or does it go inside with the egg with the sperm?
That's just one.
Melanges?
That's one sperm. That's just one sperm. They come in different sizes, right? But yeah, it's got all the placement for just being a sperm. But
Hmm.
that could be as well. I didn't think of that. That could be the sperm entering an egg as well. But you see, it's
Yeah.
got the central mound, some open area up the front. It's unclear, so it could be either or. And then it's got some business happening right here in the back of the circle on the right hand side. Yep, and tail, says Teresa. Such a swimmer.
Yeah.
Uh,
Something
Identical
else I wanted to
twins.
show you.
Everyone loves that double zygote one.
Let's have a look. Go back to that one. There we are.
Yeah, that's neat. Can you zoom in on these?
Um. Oh no, hold on.
That's why I save them in maps because I get to zoom in and out on them. I was
I don't
hoping
think it
you.
gives me that option. How do you save it to? What you save it to?
When I find the images on Google Maps, I just save it to my favorites. So when I'm going through maps, I put it on favorites. So I don't know if you can expand this. I doubt you can. But
Yeah, no,
I
it won't
was
let me
I was
zoom.
interested in looking at those edges right at the seam where they're joining together because it looks like there's something on the top side there on the upper uh, side going in there, right where the seam
Around
is
here.
between the two. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that looks like there's probably an entry point there. Yeah, it's on the
That's
moon,
a good point.
Karen. I thought about that too, Miss Anonymous, about the sperm being different time periods. And that could be as well. Or it could be that different size creatures inseminated Tiamat. Because when you look at the genitalia of these creatures, it's not like ours. They don't have to be any particular size to mate with each other, because they just
Hmm.
basically rub their junk together, and that's
Yeah,
how the sperm gets passed back and forth.
it's something else I want to show you. Hang
Down,
on a second.
yeah, downsizing adaptation. I thought of that theory too, but yeah, there's other ways to look at it as well. Um, the downsizing is a definite factor because it's happened to us. We're downsized. All the creatures are down. Even 12,000 years ago, they had giant sloth that were 18 feet tall, giant bear, giant beaver, huge creatures, but they're gone now. And that was probably
Yeah,
when the last cataclysm happened, about 12,000 years ago, 11 and a half, 12,000 years ago. And we got a downsizing from that point on, too. So it seems with these cataclysms, we get downsized. The atmosphere kind of gets stripped away and we don't have as much pressure. There's an experiment I saw where this guy took fish and he put them in a tank and he doubled the pressure. They were piranha, and pumped in a little more oxygen, and they grew to twice their normal size. So with the increased pressure, you can increase size. At least that's what it shows. So
yeah.
at some time there was probably increased pressure on the moon as well.
I think that's what what's his name? I forgot his name. Jason from RKX. I
Okay.
think he mentioned something like that. He reckons the ancient folks spoke about a time when there was no sun. It was just
Yeah.
a purple orb
That.
emitted.
Yeah. When we were in
Yeah,
Saturn's glow,
there you
supposedly
go.
we were around Saturn at that time. Yeah. The coming of the sun, that would have been a severe change in the environment. Big ball in the sky that you'd never seen before, and then you
Hmm.
suddenly you have day and night.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We remote viewed that, the first viewing of the sun from Saturn's glow. It was pretty amazing what people saw. Saw like a vortex with a bright light, all kinds of neat things. But it was pretty. It was a pretty traumatic event, it seems.
I've got something to show you again. I'm just loading it up. One
Yep.
second. Mm.
I have seen asteroids or craft or weapons or something in this anonymous hit the moon in videos. So it does get struck, but I think that's because they're at war. Some DNA modifications from ET2s maybe helped us in a way to fit everything into our globe. Huh? Yeah, maybe it was done on purpose. Well, the people that are in power right now, those who have stolen all the money, want to make us smaller and dumber. So, you know, that would just be following a pattern, right?
Yeah. Okay, send this to you.
Yeah, I've seen what's always interesting about the meteor strikes I see hitting the Earth is if you look at the right, they always seem to explode, the bigger ones. And when you see the infrared, you see an object coming in and hitting, going right through it. So that leads me to think there's some type of a defense system around the planet we don't know
Mm,
about.
that's a good point.
There's other videos too. They had one where a craft was coming into the surface of the Earth, and there was jets. It looked like jet sprays going off in a spike pattern all over the Earth, and this thing just took off like a shot. So it didn't get hit with one of these. So I don't know. It seems like there's some type of a control system in place. That's why I'm curious if we ever take back control of the planet from these thieves and monarchs and shit, what we'll find maybe that we get struck down by a higher power God comes smite you again. You know, I always thought about that when I was a kid. When I heard about the Catholics suppressing technology and stuff, I wondered if that was some type of a suppression thing. You know, you get if you get too advanced, you'll get too smart, and we don't like that, so we're going to smack you down.
Yeah. What do you think of this one here? What does this look like to you?
Sperm
You see
again.
this one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing how much, or maybe a fish. I've seen. I try to leave these open for interpretation, but I'd say a sperm. That's a cavitated sperm, one that depressed the landscape, I think, and then got washed away. And I have found examples of sperm that aren't washed away. Is this one cavitated or is it raised?
Cavitated. It goes in.
Okay. It's hard to tell sometimes with some of them. I have found one sperm that wasn't cavitated and looks like it's got its entire dome structure intact. It's still somewhat decayed, but it's actually above the ground. Most of them are decayed really, really badly. That's a really good image. Yeah, where is that?
Oh, this is over in Serbia.
Okay, can you spell that out to me? Just the name of it.
This is the name of it is Batagakika. Batagakika.
Okay,
That'd be
that. Yep.
Batagaika. They also call it the mouth to hell, also, or the entrance to hell.
And it's crater, right?
Correct.
Oh yeah, there it is, right there. Got it.
Good man. I'll come off this now.
I'm gonna save that.
Mhm.
Another sperm to add. I've got so many sperm. I'm not bragging, ladies. I had image. All the stories are interconnected and told from as many perspectives as beings involved in those stories. They're all part of history, just me. Yeah. Yeah, all the ancient stories seem to tell the truth, and all the science that they made up in the past 200 years seems to be bullshit. So, and what I'm finding is matching up with the stories much more than what they're telling us about a big ball of dust. Uh, seems much more uh, following a system than I don't want a story, I want truth. Right, Steve-O? Absolutely.
Well said, Steve-O. Well said.
Right? You can't show me it, I can't believe it. Right?
Hmm.
There's gold and crystalline, those sleek, and eggs as well as rotting corpses. Let's see, what was that? Okay. Cool. Sperm sacks. What? Why does sperm suck? Sperm doesn't suck. Yeah, smudge time. We have Planet of the Grapes today. That's our selection from the cannabis store over there. I forget what it's called.
Okay.
What a nice red hair. There we go.
Nice. Nice.
So this show's not for kids. If anyone's under 18, please leave.
Yeah, hit the road.
Yeah, right. Planet of the Grapes. They come up with so many funny names now.
Planet of the Grapes. That's a funny
Got
name.
to empty this out first.
Oh yes, that's what I wanted to show you. Can I show you one more thing?
Yep. Do you want to share
Okay,
screen?
please, if you don't mind.
Okay. That'll cover up my smudgy. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Um,
Teresa sent me a good image for contemplation. I'm going to show after. I
this
did see that
this was one of
follower.
the things. So I say that again.
Oh, just commenting to Teresa. She sent me a flat Earth video or a Hollow Earth video, and I watched it. It was interesting.
Oh, sorry, I was just
One
accidentally
second. Hang on.
showing off my
Fair use for educational purpose only. Fair use,
Oh
fair
yeah,
use.
we're always for educational purposes. This is a class.
Exactly. There you
Opera
go,
browser.
my
And
man.
if you don't know about Opera,
Did you see the floor? Look at the
Let's see. Oh, sorry.
look. You see that shape it's giving you. If you look at the floor again, Max, right?
Okay.
Did you see that?
Okay. What are we looking at?
Did
You got to
did you
tell me.
notice the pattern?
mountain.
Did you notice the pattern, right? It's the same pattern that we've been looking at today with
Oh, okay. Like the mound. Yeah, the cratering type formation around the edge, right?
but more so, like that kind of membranes um bit when you said the eggs dried up, I think you said
Yeah.
you see it when the egg dries up, right? Okay, now pay attention to the floor on this little bit here, right? I'm gonna play it again.
Okay.
See it here? It's got that
Oh,
type of, oh,
rippled.
you missed it
Okay.
anyway.
Yeah. It's
Ripple, yeah,
very
the
dark.
ripple stuff.
It's very dark.
Okay.
Tallest mountain
Okay.
on Earth, from base to peak, is actually Mauna Kea. It
It's
is
almost
technically
imperceptible. I had to really get up
12
close.
kilometers above the sea level, because most of the
This
a
one
lot
here.
taller.
Is that on
There we
Mars or
go.
Try to
Moon?
climb. There are many mountains on Earth a lot
Look,
taller. If you were to try to climb Mount Huygens with a spacesuit, it would be actually easy.
Look at the dimple in the middle.
can you see this in the middle, right? I
Yeah.
think this is something. I think this is something, but I'm not too sure yet. Um, if you know God Give Left, he's one of the first Crater Earth channels that I came across.
You know what
And
I'm wondering if these nests aren't just reused. If these could be multiple eggs on top of each other. Just like and we've got a downsized version reusing an older nest. Is that a
mm,
good possibility?
I like the sound of that. Wow, that sounds scary to be honest. Wow.
So like like how they return to their nesting grounds, they all reuse the same place over and over again through the generations, eventually getting
Yeah,
smaller and smaller.
yeah, wow.
And that's why
Yeah,
we
well,
see an
you know
egg-like
what?
structure on top of what I would probably assume is an egg.
It's a nest, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. No, that's a good point. That is a good point. That is a good point. Um, that would make sense why some of these animals, right? They always go back to their same nesting ground type of thing.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
because
We
it's
have
yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't look at it like that, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
gravity on the moon would make you not
yeah. This
exhausted
has been really eye-opening. Thank you for this.
very fast. Now, the tallest mountain
So yeah, I think that just that part really I wanted to show you with
Uh-huh.
hold on.
Oh, go back to the middle of the last section there. Keep going back. A little more. Right there.
There we go.
That looks like an egg structure to me.
It does kind of, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's kind of half grown and then got smooshed. All right,
Mm.
Marlena. Much love, hon. Thanks for coming by.
Oh, is she out? Marlena gone?
Hmm.
Take care. Much love. Yeah, that's
Chloe shared it
crazy.
out. Yeah, it says that it was the video that Teresa was talking about. It's a Inner Earth video, but it says it was AI. It was done by AI in the title, which is cool. And he came up with all kinds of weird creatures that some of them were interesting and plausible. Some of them kind of made me think. He kind of went wild on the flying creatures. But I love this theory now. Eggs on top of eggs.
Hmm.
That's going to give me a different perspective to look at things with, too. That's awesome. I love having all kinds of different perspectives to look at things with. You
Definitely.
never know which one, because, infinite diversity, right? So just because I'm looking right now just for repeating patterns doesn't mean that they are all going to be, right? So,
Exactly.
yeah.
And there's one more thing I wanted to show you. Go on.
Yeah, right, Steve-O? It's a neat idea. Nesting grounds, right? Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. Oh, where is that? I need that
Uh,
image.
I can't remember the particular name, but it was in Canada. It was in Canada somewhere, right? You pulled up an image a second ago of Canada, and I said to you,
Yeah,
save it because I'm
yeah.
gonna
The
show you
one
something.
one lake I know exactly where it is. That other one I have no idea where it is, and I need to know.
Yeah,
The one on the bottom I know. The one on the top I don't.
yeah,
And yeah, they
crazy.
look similar. You can even see how they've oriented it to put the tail in the same spot as the head. You can see the head on the bottom, the body going around, and the tail. And you can see that he's oriented it the exact same way on the bottom so that you can see it's examples of the same thing. Beautiful.
Mm,
So
mm,
I don't know if you don't know where that first hole is from. That's kind of upsetting, the top one, because I don't know where
yeah.
that one was. You say
I'll
it's in
find out. I'll
Canada?
try and find out. I know the bottom. Oh, I know the bottom one's in
It
Canada.
also that could be CGI. Somebody could have messed with that because it looks like the exact same one. Yeah, it is. It
Yeah.
is the exact same one. Okay. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I know where
Gotcha.
that is.
Gotcha.
Absolutely. That's the eye of Seven Macaw.
Okay.
Now,
Okay. Got
could
you.
somebody use it as a nesting ground? I don't know.
Hmm.
That's going to put a different spin on some things.
Definitely. Where's it gone? Come on, oh, it's here somewhere. Bear with me a second. It's coming up here. Where is it? Da-da-da.
Yeah. Let's see. A lot of mess hard to identify. Yeah, that's true, right, Steve? Yeah, all the feces. And, yeah, I wonder if we're looking at feces around those sites instead of just the dirt. I give you salmon, great example of returning to birthplace. Yep. Yeah, like Russian nesting eggs.
Oh, this is the one you saw, right? Oh, hang on. You said you see.
Yeah, that's a great point there, Steve. Oh, yeah. Be all messed up like we see footprints through eggs. So, birds going on top of other nests, messing it up. Yeah, it's a great perspective to look at things in. Nice images. There we are. Yeah, see, the bottom image is what I'm familiar with of the two images you showed us. So
Mm-hmm.
I can see it like that on Google Earth. So I think somebody's modified that image.
Got you.
Or, yeah,
Got you.
just to
Okay.
accentuate what it probably could be. I don't know. Their image was pretty convincing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I had to show you because I wasn't too sure myself. Um, it's something to do with the
We've
snakes I
done
wanted to
that,
show you.
Teresa. We have done Hollow Earth. You got to You got to stay up late for the destinations.
Where's it gone? No.
Oh, cool, Scorpio.
Okay, do you remember that thing we just saw a second ago and I showed you with the thing in the floor? I thought it
Yeah,
looked something like this, a bit like this.
yeah, yeah.
You get where I'm
Could
coming
be.
from?
Yeah, could be sea
On a
creatures.
on a
Yeah,
prehistoric level, yeah, like, dead on the
yeah.
floor type of thing.
And all I can find of fish is impressions like that, but they're large scale. But that's all I can find left of fish is just like an impression. Oh yeah, I think I've done uh, Hollow Earth a couple of times. I'm pretty sure. We saw people down there.
Where's that thing gone? It's up for
You've been
you to
doing extra credit all
see.
day long. Nice, nice, Steve.
Okay, it's coming now. Yes, here we are.
Yeah, it's late for my time frame too, Steve. But it's the witching hour, right?
Do you
Let's
remember what
see,
I was telling you about
7.
the
Show
yes,
me this.
around their eye,
Yeah,
this bit here, right? You can either go
yeah.
front, you can either go left to right or right to left.
Okay,
Right? But it will give you the 7. Start from here, 7. Start from here, 7. Right?
cool.
It's the completion sign they call it. But this reminded me of the picture that you showed me earlier
Uh
with
huh.
the bit around the eye. So I thought I have to
Yeah, and
show you that before.
I can see where the ear hole is now too. Go
Yeah,
back there.
yeah, and the nose. Look, you got the nose. Um, I think that's the nose if I'm correct. Yeah, that's the nose and the eye. That's tongue. And everything. Yeah, crazy.
Where is he? There he is. I'm gonna check that ear hole. See if I can find that.
These ones are beautiful. I think these are different, but they're so beautiful. Look at them. They
Oh,
don't
I
have the
think I found
7.
it.
Oh, okay. Let's jump off this.
Yeah, I think I found the ear hole. Okay, that gives me another marker to add to it,
Let's
possibly.
have a look. Okay.
Uh, let's see here. So I'm thinking right here in the middle of the screen. At least that's his neck for sure. No, I don't know. Is their ear hole right next to their neck, like the separation of their head and neck?
To be honest, I don't even know if they have ears. I thought they just go by vibrations.
Well, he had a hole behind the ear
Okay.
there, the snake you showed us. So that was another marker I put on as looking for. Do all snakes have that or not?
I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. I'm not too sure.
Kind of interested. I like the differentiation in the color here. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
just a beach or if it's. I think it's just a beach. But I thought it might have been like a different coloration in the scales, which would be really cool to see.
Mm,
So the 7 is on the right hand side of this one, whereas on the other one you
yeah.
showed us. Yeah, I can see that now.
Hmm.
Nice. The nose is convincing to me. The nose definitely kind of convinces me, and even like you said, the forked tongue coming out here almost. I don't know if it is,
Yeah.
but it's in the right spot, right?
No, 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 no. You got it wrong. Zoom out. I show you the forked tongue. Forked tongue's the little river. Looks like. Look where it stops. The river. That's what I thought the
Oh,
forked
I thought
tongue
it was
was.
these sandbars.
No, I was thinking more of
Okay.
the river
Oh, the
bed,
whole
the
river.
river itself.
Oh,
Not
okay.
the whole of it,
Yeah, they're
just a bit
coming
where it splits here. You see here where it splits in the middle, right where your cursor is, right there where your mouse is. Yeah, yeah. If you go back,
this part.
no, no. If you
Oh, okay.
keep coming, keep coming to the top of the river where it stops.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That's what I.
right there. You think that
Yeah,
that's the end of
yeah.
the tongue? Yeah,
Where
that
the
could
split.
be.
Yeah, where the
They have
split. Yeah,
long
yeah,
tongues. They do have
yeah.
very long tongues.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that could be.
And you see how it's forked? It's split right there.
Yeah. See, I thought this
Yeah.
part here looked forked, but there is another um, protrusion over here that's very similar. So that's, I don't know if that's, I can't get in close enough to see if it's skin like, but that's what I thought was the
That looks like
tongue.
the
But
tail
yeah,
of
it could be the
something.
whole river.
Mm,
Maybe he's eating something.
yeah.
Huh, neat. Look at that. That looks like it's hard to see. But yeah, I like another couple of markers. Like two possibilities for the tongue. I like the long one. That's cool. Actually like both ideas. And then the ear hole.
Hmm.
So a couple more markers on it. That's awesome.
Hmm. Hmm.
With his nose halfway torn off. Yeah, half of it looks like it is. Who's Jerusalem? Who's Jeronium? I don't know. No idea. Take away the tongue, it looks like a dolphin's head. Really? I don't think so. But maybe. Maybe to you. Where are we here? What are you doing? Okay, there we go. See, there's an interesting depression too, right beside there in a snake-like pattern, with almost
Oh yes.
a diamond-looking head up here, diamond
Mm,
pattern up here. Teresa finds these worm-like structures. Yeah, that does look like. Even got what could be like a spinal cord right here, a little bit. I don't know.
oh yeah, I see what
I'm
you're
finding
talking about. Go
structure
back a
everywhere.
second. See that spinal bit again?
See, it's kind of bumpy
Yeah.
right along there.
Hmm.
Very hard to see though. It's not clear. Yeah, and it continues up here, but that could be. I don't see any volcano near here. Do you? All I see is a lake. And that's not, again, that's not a depression. That's a raised area, I believe. Okay, I'm going to catalog this as a snake as well with a question mark.
Max,
Yep.
sorry to break up the party, but that daddy duties for me. I've got to go
Oh,
and look after my daughter at the moment.
all right. Well, thank you for sharing. with us. That's you've given us a lot to think about. That's awesome. I like
My
your
pleasure.
perspective on it. Where's this
My
one?
pleasure.
No problem. Yeah, you can come back anytime you want. You're very welcome here.
Lovely.
So this,
Depending how long you are, I might even pop back up. But if not, I might catch you back over Z's or something a bit later.
yeah, I was thinking of popping over there. He's probably still going. He does long shows. So this is in Majar. Um, you see how small it is. You end up out in the middle of nowhere.
Peace to the chat, Max. Take care, bro.
All
See
right,
you
much
soon.
love. Thank you very much. We'll see you again soon.
Yes.
So the little snake was just above the bigger snake we found. Little baby. If you want to come up and talk about that video you sent, or I'm going to show that image you sent me of Africa with its various um, augmentations, I guess you'd call them. But it's a curious thought. Just give me a second here, guys. Which one was it? That one. Yep. What do you think of that? Take a moment and look at it. No, I don't really, Steve-O. I can give you the experience that I've got. Um, I try to give people hints on as class goes. I've never done any research into remote viewing. I've done it all organically. Oh, okay. No problem, Teresa. Well, we're developing our own techniques. Giant elongated head. I see a horse head on its side. Do you guys see a horse head? I do. Let's see how we can get on that. So there's the eye, ear, the nose. Somebody said the other day it looked like a rhinoceros to them, and it did to me too. If we took this here as a horn, right, coming out this way to the right with this piece here, maybe we should check that out and see if there is a horn or not. I can see Libya's labia from here. And with this picture, actually, up here, I can see what might look like leg structures. I don't know. Very curious. I like that image. I like the topography of it. It's very detailed, a little bit exaggerated. I like that. Camel head, okay. It's a rhino. Or donkey. Even a unicorn, maybe. Okay. Everyone likes unicorn. Steve-O does. The movie Holes was the giant worm in the desert. Yeah, there was another one like that too. Different name, but similar concept. Rhinoceros to you? Well, let's go to Google Maps and see what we see here. Move away from Sneaky. Oh, somebody wanted to know where this was. I'll post the link in chat to where that is, so you can go and look at it yourself. There you go. There seem to be other snake-like structures around that area as well. So take a look, see what you can find. Tremors, that was it. Tremors. Yeah, and Dune. They had the worms. They had the worms. Okay. To look at Africa. In its entirety. So we're going to look and see, what do we have for an eye here? Horsey eyelashes, I kind of thought. Are those horse eyelashes coming up this way? Or donkey eyelashes? Okay. So we have an eye shape. I'll go with that. Okay. Appears to all be washed out. And what's this up here? That looks like a scorpion tail. Doesn't it? That looks like a scorpion tail with a barb on the end. Huh. Okay, so the nose, the nasal cavity or passage would be in this area here. Let's go in and see what we can find. The mouth. Wow. A couple holes. It's a pretty big one there. Hmm. Is the size right? Looks kind of small to be a nasal cavity. Let's see where it's placed. That's about the right placement for it, though. Could be up a little further. Could be down a little further, I mean, as well. How about that structure there? Hmm. Maybe. No, like I know horses can move their noses, like most animals can move a portion of their nose. So we might not be looking for like a hole. We might be looking for kind of like a line or a flap of some sort. So that's a possibility there. I don't know if it's in the right spot, but it's a good possibility. I wish they'd done a little more detail of what they thought, or if they overlaid. Yeah, okay. I'm a little more convinced on that being a nose right there. You guys think? Looks like elephant feet at an angle, maybe, or maybe a dragon. Didn't I see an alligator in North Africa? I don't know. Tremors, one of my favorite movies. Yeah. Turn Africa sideways, looks like an elephant. Yeah. Over the perhaps, like they do for Mars or the moon captures. Yeah, yeah. Some of those are good. Some of those are actually helpful for me. So do you think that's the nose? I don't know. Don't know for sure, but it's starting to become convincing. Let's see what colors we have down here in this lake. Okay. Hmm. Kind of iffy on the colors of that lake. Let's see. See if we can find some skin, hair. There's a delineation right here down the middle of this area. Right now we'd be, I guess, looking for lip. Now we're maybe too far up there. No, we're not. Okay, let's take a look in here. Now, is that a similar structure to the other that we see? We have another depression down here. And what would be, could be, yeah, like Teresa was saying, a dragon. We could have, I don't know. Let's take a look around. That could be the mouth opening right there, having that depression. Okay, let's look at it in that light then for a moment. So we have a mouth going across, or maybe even terminating here because we have a different opening. So maybe like a flap on the front. I don't know. I'm getting convinced, or maybe I'm just convincing myself. But those area here starting to look a lot more like a nose to me. It's teardrop almost shape, but it does terminate over here. So the landscape doesn't continue doing that, so that's something different. I can't say what animal it is, but it does kind of start to. I always thought a rhino myself too, with the horn up here. But if you see it as an ear instead, it opens up a whole bunch of different things. Because the rhino horn really, if that's a head and this part is the neck, the horn should be up in the front somewhere, right? Big boob with a large nipple. Hey, Scotty boy, how you doing? It does not look like a big boob. They hide stuff because of the gold, crystals, and precious stones that become the giant creatures, perhaps. And it's good to fertilizer. Yeah, I don't know why your lights went out. Happy Sunday. Thank you, Scotty boy. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, I'm becoming a little more convinced on that. It is covered with sperm, though, up at the top there, at least. And I have found sperm in the lower areas. So that kind of confuses my timeline, how a giant horse or other creature would get here. Let's look at the ear. We'll assume is an ear for the moment. Interesting. We do have a rise in the land here and a drop. Is that earwax? That's definitely earwax. Gotta be. Folding into the landscape there. Yeah. Large ridge on this side, none on this side. That's pretty convincing. That is pretty convincing. Even like you can almost see, you know how like the animals sometimes have a separation in the skin in that area. See, look at here. Looks like that would be like this area. Here. Maybe a little further up, but yeah, that's pretty convincing for an ear because of this ridge running along this way and making a splaying action into the landscape, like melding in with it, becoming one. I like that. Well, we had a giant bird, North America. So is a macaw about the size of about half the size of a horse's head or a rhino's head? Probably different times, different. It could have been birthed from the same creature. Who knows? Hmm. Hmm. You guys are crazy. Norway, Sweden, and Finland look like the horse head and neck. Okay, let's go have a look. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, like the mane back here on the top area. Hmm. See if we find some type of a head, maybe up here. That's starting to look like a snout of something, right? You would have almost a jawline running up here, an opening. See how that curves around? That separation in the landscape there. Almost looks lizardy in a way, dragony. Maybe we're seeing it in a different orientation too. I don't know. I'll have to check. Saw a very weird video the other day. This is how it went. Just pretend we are on a flat Earth, anyways. The oil that we pump from the ground in rivers beyond the ice wall. What's up with Tiamat? I don't know. What's up with Tiamat? That's what we're here to figure out. Yeah, Marduk busted her up. That's for sure. Yeah, he said he cut her in half. So I didn't think we'd find Tiamat's vagina or cloaca here. I mean, I know you'll carry on. You will find a way. Giants beyond the wall, that's a possibility. That would be a neat way for the world to work. Okay, you have it oriented the same way? Yeah. me a minute. We'll take another dive into that. I want to see if we can find other structures on that. I'm kind of thinking maybe like a lizard type face here. But this all appears to be one structure. It's got hair, or let's see, let's go in and look at what this is. See if we can decipher that. That's pretty hard. Okay. Okay, we're getting something here. Okay, I'm for that being hair. All right. This here. I'm down for that being hair. You can even see in this one what look like possible separations where we would what we would see in a hair. What do we got there? See again, lines going this way. Let's find an example of something headed the other way or in a different direction. See, another thing we don't know is how long does it take a dragon egg to hatch from the point of insemination? Could be a year, could be 1,000 years. I don't know. It's something to look into. I'm down for that being hair. It's got a hair-like feel and structure to it. Well, look to it, anyway. Because it doesn't. It's not feathers. Let's take a look at some more of it. Yeah, it's not feathers. That looks a little more like skin, but so I'm good with that being hair. I think we're on that with hair. So if it's a horse, the eye could be either of these here. If it's a lizard, the head could be this big. So we could have a head that's this big, right? Possibly. Or we could have a head that's maybe like the diamond shape of a lizard. Let's see what we've got. Got more holes up here, though. Look at that hole. This one looks like one of those dragon legs almost, but very decayed. Hard to tell. You can see maybe the tail down that way, the legs up to the head. Looks like there might even be two, but yeah, hard to tell. These here. That's a convincing hole. Now those two are in kind of the area where you would expect the eye ear to be. Oh, excuse me, I'm burping. Well, two round structures. Hmm. The overall shape is right for a horse or even a lizard. I can't decipher. And that looks like where there would be, that's a convincing spot for a nose hole right there. And there we see a giant hole. Hmm. Hmm. I can't say what it is, like in my mind. It does look like something that looks like hair. How big is that lake there? 20 miles. Oh, I'm wondering if somebody stepped in it, but that's 100-mile lake. I don't know that we were ever that big. Maybe. I don't know. Kind of looks like somebody stepped through this. I don't know if they did or not. I can't be sure on this one. Still up in the air. The eye is brown. Yeah. Right there. Ash missing her head. Okay. I think there were little creatures, people that lived on the dragons. I thought about that theory. What if the dragon what if the dragon was a spacecraft? Instead of building ships, what if you just grew ships? Right? You put a command center right up the front of the dragon's head. There's plenty of room, you know, all over that thing. Uh, you could set up a house on some of the scales. You know, I don't know. There seem to be parasites on these things too. You look at the old maps, all those sea monsters and shit we see. Those might be, yeah, they all have turtles have parasites. Yeah, giant dead creatures seem to curl up. That is common. Yeah, stranger danger. Yeah, that I would say that looked like hair. I don't know what it is, but it didn't look like feathers. Feathers look way different. Feathers. Here, I'll show you some feathers. Some dragon feathers up here. Right. Those are pretty easy to discern. We'll go in close so you can see that it's totally different type of material. They farmed all this, but Moroccan one we looked at too. Feathers on the macaw, again, much different than that type of landscape. See a little better over here how the lines go in the feathers. And over here, see how the lines go in and this way. So they differentiate depending on the feather. Totally different type of material. So I think that's hair that we were looking at. Yeah, I'd like to see the ginormous feathers in person. Well, they're right near me. Like I live just on the tail end of the dragon, the North American one. There wouldn't be much to see really from our perspective. See, here they are. So there's an area where they haven't completely worked it over. But yeah, that's the dragon's feathers there, and that's good stuff. Over in Morocco, they have the same type of fluty-looking feathers. On the back of this guy, see it. See all this fluty stuff here. All feathered. That's all the feathery dragon stuff on his back. See the layers. Really cool. Well, it's beautiful in the landscape, that's for sure. Like elephant's hair, it's different. Yeah, exactly, Mary. So that's interesting, but I don't know what it is. It seems to be like everything seems to be. It is probably biology, but I don't know what it is. There's some markers. Um, Unfortunately, it's not clear enough for me to see. I wonder if that's even an eye right there. Like it's got quite a lot going on. Look at these two roundish structures. Are those eggs? Are they parts of the eye? Are they the nose? Ear? I don't know. Very hard to tell with this one. Maybe it's a monitor lizard. It's a feathered lizard. But it is does look like the head and neck of a horse in one perspective too. I can't rotate it, Miss Anonymous. This is maps. Google Earth just chugs along so slow. I hate using it. Oh, peacock. There's a good one. Although it does give the option of rotating the picture. We have to use our imaginations. Multi-headed, perhaps. Yeah. See, there's creatures on top of creatures too, so in a lot of cases, so that makes it difficult. And like we were discussing earlier, that whole nesting theory on how birds nest in the same spot, and other creatures they could be messing up all these nests and stuff that we see, just making a mess of the place. Or wait, it looks like it. Yeah. Looks like a giraffe head too. It also looks like a lizard cloaca. Bottom half there. This area down here, that looks like a lizard cloaca. We could be looking at another vagina or a lizard cloaca. Because of the everybody calls it a wang, right? And male and female lizards have the same thing. I wonder if maybe this one was continued over to here, right? You kind of see something in the landscape there too, kind of an impression. I wonder if that's what it is. My lizard vagina. Looks like a giraffe's head too. Yeah, vagina. Yeah. Cemetery. Yeah, that's what the Earth is pretty much. Everybody, all the Ancient poets say that the earth is dead, a dead thing, it's a corpse. It's Louis C.K. Yeah. There's also that, I can't remember her name, that one comedian always talking about her vagina, the blonde lady. Well, took a twist there. Russian landscape is amazing, or the northern landscape up here. Things I found up here kind of boggle my mind, some of the things. I have to sort those images out right now. But here we see like a huge delineation in the landscape, right? It's, definitely something going on here, right? A total difference in the landscape. But what it is, it's, again, so hard to tell with these things because they're so decayed, but almost see like a jawline here and what might be, I'm just adding my own pareidolia here, okay, guys? So give me a little bit of leeway here. I'm almost seeing a mirror in smaller size of this because I can see that type of a structure and this, the beard. Let me go back. See if you guys can see similar things. Very much decayed, but the same jawline down to a fluty type thing. I almost see a nostril here, which would be similar. We have a nostril here, a fluty type thing here. Ooh, this is exciting. I never noticed this before. I'm going to have to compare these two images. Tiamat 2. This one's getting saved. Is there more than one dragon that makes up Earth? Let's go in and look. Let's look at that nostril first. Very similar shape. A U shape, like that. Similar to this nostril here. Back up a bit. So right here. This is the U shape. Oh, this is amazing. Two dragons. I've found 3 markers the same. That's pretty impressive. Let's see what we can find up here. It's pretty much gone. Possible horn, maybe. Let's look at the. Okay, yeah, I would say we got some difference in the landscape here, definitely. Huh. Maybe a dragony type skin. Alligator kind of looking. Oh, that's amazing. Are there 2 dragons? Wow. How big is that? Back out. Again, you're hard to find there. 200 miles. It's about 500 miles long. Oh, wow. That is amazing. What do you guys think? Sorry, I haven't been in chat. The greener head is fertilized where the guts leaked. Hi, Isabella. I see a bird. Cool. It's rife with body parts of a reptile or terrible lizard. My faith would allow. As my faith would allow. The heads have many, many veins. Tiamat may have been a multi-headed creature. Have we thought of that? Thank you. That does look like a dragon to me. A dragon's head. It's got the markers of it. It doesn't really look like a dragon head to me, but it does have the markers that I see in Tiamat, the one in China. Humongous, yeah. That's 500 miles at least. The terrible lizard of old, many of them. Yeah, if not a bunch of them. Was Tiamat a multi-headed creature? There's another possibility we have to look at. Oh, I think so. I think a lot the Cyclopean buildings we see were made with the flesh, and it was nice and soft. Yeah, thank you, Ms. Anonymous. I don't see the eye as clearly on this one, but the nose, the jaw, the beard down here, that shows up pretty well. And see how it swoops exactly the same. See, right there. Swooping out with his little beardy beard. That's amazing. 2 heads. Oh, we've added a lot to the story today. And a creature over on Europe that has hair. Just gigantic creatures. Yeah, we see the same U-shaped nose marker right here, in the proper spot. The beard, I haven't seen the eye yet, and the jawline. Beautiful. Let's position where the eye is. See if we can find that. So right at the back of the jaw, you should find some type of an eye. It's very decayed. So it should be somewhere, should have been. Let's go back out, take another look. So we're missing a marker here. A big one. Should be an eye. Takes up a lot of space. Takes up almost half the head on this one. That doesn't mean that it would do the same on the other one, but wow. So maybe in this area here. Possibly this structure. Yep, maybe. Here we have a separation of something. Is that maybe an eye slit? I don't know. It's got enough of the markers to be halfway there. uh, I'll have to look at this one again. Let's take a look down here and see if we can find the remnants of the other beard. Kind of looks like there's something poking out over here. Could be beard. Now Roger says that the beards put out the nasty material. And here we do see some veiny, nasty stuff out the end of it, whatever that is. Right? Okay. I'm halfway there. I'm almost there. And it does have what looks like a ridge up here that we do see in the other one. So there's something on that side. So the eye is usually below that ridge, if it's in the right spot. Yeah. So that would be the ridge of the nose, the bridge of the nose right there, going up to the eye. Probably should be in this area around here somewhere. Somewhere around there. That hole kind of is promising this area here. This darkened area. I don't know though. It's hard to tell. I see a face. Love it when you can see like a smiley face or something, right? See his nose? It's all twisted, but there's his smile. Spelling it wrong, but I could see the beard in being poison. Yeah. Komodo dragon, the mouth is full of bacteria. Yeah. Absolutely. All from the deep within the earth. They made the most beautiful, pure ruby amethyst. Yeah, such healing. Well, turquoise came from the gray macaw, apparently. He had teeth that were turquoise. Wow, we found some great stuff today. I keep being amazed at what we can find. From vaginas to sperm, eggs, footsteps, fish, possibly 2 giant dragons. Like these are huge. Like this would be, like I thought that Tiamat herself was the entire planet. Now we see another head, another dragon head. Quite possibly. Wow. How many heads did this thing have? Hey Thoth, how you doing? It kind of looks like your brain. You didn't know? Yeah, me too, Mary. I didn't know this stuff until a few years ago either. Hey, Odin. How you doing? No problem. Okay, that sounds cool. You do that, Toth. Oh, I still got time. So yeah, I'm just amazed, guys. Between double nesting birds and another damn dragon head. It's not as big as the one in China, though. It's a little smaller. one in China, that's huge. This one's, I want to say about half, but it looks maybe a little more than half the size of the one in Africa. I like that. That's amazing. Same structures, the same wispy structures on both sides. I wonder if we see any black material down here at the end of this beard. Yeah, not really. Nah, couldn't say that for sure. What's this area called? Does it have a name? The Agora. That's nearby. Okay, here we go. Nothing's sticking out to me really. Batagay. And they're in Russian, they're in Cyrillic, so that'll be another issue. They don't use the same alphabet. Huh. I'm amazed at that. That's amazing. What's that? Looks like some outflow of something. Huh. Let's see what you guys have to say. Slept horrible, I thought, because of the full moon. Possibly, yeah. The full moon does affect people in a negative way. I kind of wish the moon wasn't there. Okay, maybe bipolar mania turn into full-blown schizophrenia. Okay. The sizes vary with multiple-headed creatures. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either. Work in naps often or just deep meditation. Yeah. You thought it was DARPA. Oh, okay. What, our destination last night? Or HARP? Okay. Oh, troubling your sleep. Yeah, they do like to mess with your sleep. That's a guarantee. If you get the ElectroSmart app, you can track the radiation in your area, and you'll see what they do is they like to hit people at dinner time when you're putting the kids to sleep, late at night. But they do vary it. Like they'll go hit you in the middle of the day with higher EMF readings and stuff. So, yeah. I think I need a break, guys. I might go to Z. I can never say his full name. Zetetic Warrior. Give you guys a link to it. I've seen nothing but controversy out of these people mostly. Z does stuff on his own that I've seen really good content. So I don't know. See what's going on. Meditative Mind has, yeah, I listen to Meditative Mind often. You can download videos off YouTube. You get a apparently. I've never done it, but if you have, I think if you have premium, you can do it. Thanks, guys. I love spending time with you. This was fun doing Google Earth. I'm gonna go see if I can bust up their chat with some lizard vaginas. It still fascinates me. Fascinates me their mating process, their whole process fascinates me now. Had no idea it was so unique. So now we have two lizard heads. So now we have the possibility of finding another vagina or lizard genitalia. They're two protuberances. So look for this shape if you're on Google Maps, Google Earth, and then look and see if you find a tube sticking out of either one. But see if you're going to be looking. You got to go look at my previous work, Odin. Yeah, me too. It makes me laugh too, Mary. Well, no, they do. Well, they do both. There's a very complex system that goes on there, but the heart of the matter is what they do is they rub their two parts together. Um, Male and female lizards both have this pretty much the same junk. It doesn't really look any different, which is weird. But what they do, they don't have insertion. They don't have to have insertion. Um, all they have to do is rub those two things together with each other. And the males have two as well. They have two protuberances, two genitalia sticking out that transmit the sperm from one to another. And yes, they also do have asexual reproduction as well. And lizards can store sperm for a period of time. It's very complex. Can be a very complex system. Max is really trying to destroy things. Yes, you have my attention. Okay. Last 20 years, whole other. Yeah, exactly. I've looked at Antarctica a bit. Right now, I'm focusing on Tiamat and Marduk. We'll rewrite history if we make it that long. Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Much love to you all. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for coming along with the journey of discovery with me. I think we found, yeah, all hail the tail. I think we found some new and amazing stuff. And, I'd like to thank London Man for coming by. He's you're just, I love you, buddy, but bug mummy. All right, have a good day. A good day, guys. We'll see you next weekend. Bye bye.